race competitions ever. You can do track editor, customize your rider and bike with more than 80 official brands and 300 items. Race alone or against players from all over the world through different offline and online game modes. However, that sounds entertaining, but it's still expensive right now.
Word.
Alright, let's try this one.
The Chiefs
Damn.
signed Emerson.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. Welcome to
I don't really
Madden
want to talk
18
about the
on
Chiefs
EA
at the moment.
Sports.
Fucking letting Derek Johnson go, that's bullshit.
As these
He's
two
old,
teams have
man.
high hopes for the season
Man, that
ahead.
motherfucker
It's
is
the
a beast.
Redskins going up against the Cowboys.
He still has more tackles than most of our people on our team.
But you said it right. Was.
Nah, man, he's still good.
He's still good, but he's no longer a beast. He's not worth $17 million a year.
These folks are fired up as their guys
Well, then cut his salary.
I wouldn't be opposed to that. I think they'd be all right.
And he'll make it across the 20,
signing him back at like a $3 million
at
deal.
the 23-yard line.
Last year they let Dontari Poe go, and he went to Atlanta, and he played his 1 year. Dude, you're the biggest sumbitch in football. You let him go.
He'll try and start this drive in the air. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete.
Man, I don't think there's shit on here.
Offensively, 15 yards on the game's initial play.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this
What's
game
this Gran
progresses,
Turismo
because
Sport?
when you can have that type of a game in the middle of their defense, it hurts them in so many ways because most teams like to be strong down
it's
the middle.
VR.
And if you can sting them there,
Fuck, man, I gotta get out of the VR shit.
As well. That's where their big tight end
Alright,
is
free to
so
play.
good. That middle third, the seam routes, the end routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 8 yards on the completion. But
So Metal Gear Survive is now a team game.
Receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Cowboys. A big play there. 54 yards. And the Cowboys have taken the early lead. With these Thursday night games, sometimes you get those quick turnarounds. You wonder how a team's going to start. They started really well.
Everyone's always wondering, going into a Thursday night game, who has their legs, who has the overall health of the team. But mentally, if you get that early edge, the other team might think to itself, it's been a short week, we're not really ready to go. You might run them into the ground that way. That's why getting that early score means a lot.
And the D-line pinching together, must be expecting the run. Here's a carry now for Keith Marshall. And he'll get this one up to the 26.
What new releases are about to come out?
2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold them to a short gain on first down.
Damn, World of Tanks is $114.99 for the whole mega pack or whatever. New games are
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw.
Secret of Mana, Shadow of Colossus, UFC,
Nearly picked.
The Inpatient.
This guy
Let's see
doesn't
what that's
drop many
about.
defensively. 3rd down. Pretty lucky to get the football back. Had his target out there,
that's
waving the
VR.
arms, saying I'm open, but maybe didn't see him quick enough.
Dynasty Warriors,
What really actually happened
Dragon Ball Fighter 3 or 5, I can't tell. Well, maybe it's Z. Dragon Ball Fighter Z, Crossing Souls, Monster Supercross.
You mean Dragon Ball Z Monster Fighter?
Wait a minute. Armored Warfare.
It's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, You're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You're talking about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starting in the NBA at power forward. It's really difficult to answer.
That'll be a 49-yard punt, 6 yards there on the return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. He's got his man on the crossing route. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. And some extras coming up on the line here, readying for the blitz.
Okay, well, this just tells me about the pack. What about the damn game?
And he's got room. And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
Can you break off
This
one
stage of the game, the
round?
run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They picked up another 1st down with that run.
I know we want to play Sea of Thieves with you.
They'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown.
You didn't get your computer done yet.
As more and more up-tempo football creeps into the NFL game,
Yeah.
some
No,
coaches
I'm gonna
don't
pick
think
up an
time of
Xbox.
possession matters anymore.
It's cross-platform
I
on
believe we
Xbox.
found one of them.
The kickoff unit
So I'm
is
gonna
out
pick
on the
up like
field,
$100
and they will
Xbox
send this
and
one
play it.
away. And a fair catch signaled for.
If
and
you want to
taken
check it out,
successfully. Now
send
the
Chris a
Redskins
message and
offense,
watch
they
him
get
stream
set
it.
to go back to work
He's playing
here.
it tonight.
Nah,
Already down 2
I've
touchdowns here in
I've
the first
already.
half. This becomes
No.
a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly
I'm like,
does, and,
I
you know,
might
every team's script plays,
get
we
it
know that, right? They
after
have a
you
script
get your
to start the ball
Xbox,
game,
but
and typically those scripts
I
go
am not
between
going to buy
12
another
and
console
25
system or
plays.
change
Down
any
2
kind of
touchdowns
platforms
early,
just so that we
probably
can
not very deep
finally
into their
play
script.
together. When
I think
actually
they're gonna stay with
Adcock
it.
only
I
gets a
don't think
game
they'll
and plays it for a
abandon
little
just
bit,
yet
and then he
try and generate some
shuts off
offense
for a
on these
couple of
drives.
weeks, and then he goes to another game, and then he comes back, and no,
Games
I can't
that
do
have been
that.
coming out have been bland. Like, that's my only issue.
I agree.
I've been, the game, I have yet, in the last, and I'll say this outside of sports games, because you know I can play sports games. But even sports games, outside of franchise, they're getting washed up. I just, I cannot find the game recently that I want to grind, that I want to go all in on.
You foresee incompletion and a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring
I'm
in an
hoping
extra
Sea of
defensive
Thieves
backer
will
because
be
you want to try
along
to
that
defend on
line,
third down.
just
Like to
because
throw
it's a
those
game that
nickel
you guys
packages
all
that
actually talked about getting.
And he is out of bounds on the
But
other side of midfield.
I don't know if it's going to be the same thing, you know, get my hopes up on a game and then we all get fucking bored again.
Okay, hang on. I just found one that sounds kind of interesting. I know this sounds dumb as shit. This game is called Shocked. S-C-H-A-C-H-T. Shocked. Shocked, I guess.
It'll be 2nd and 11.
Right. And it's just released last week, and it looks like a Destiny character with a fucking trash can on their head. Anyway, so check it out. Shocked is a fast-paced 3D platformer set in a sci-fi interstellar battle zone. In a highly competitive gameplay, you have to run against yourself, your friends, and against strangers from all over the world. Players have to complete challenging tracks as fast as possible. Therefore, the character has special abilities to overcome different types of obstacles like force fields, deadly platforms, or enormous gaps in outer space. To compete against others and to maximize the fun, Shock comes with a league system and high scores for daily, weekly, and other challenges. The PlayStation version of Shock also features a local split-screen multiplayer. Find out who's the fastest, set new high scores, and become number one. And it says split-screen local multiplayer up to 4 players.
So it's a racing game.
Yeah, but it's just, It's like you're a single Destiny person in outer space, and you got to run and jump and all kinds of shit through stuff.
Can you? I mean, this is the way
Yeah.
you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're
Send you a
locked in really
video.
well.
Open now to get back in the end zone on
I'm
his
just
fourth
going to the
possession.
PlayStation Store.
I'm in a game. I want to watch it during the game.
Now a handoff here.
It's $13.49.
Forward only up to about the
Hang on, I'm watching a
Give him
video.
3 on first down. It'll set up
Okay,
a
shot.
2nd and 7.
Oh, I need my...
It's frustrating for a defense because they've got them pinned down deep.
Okay, I'm watching the video.
They give up a run that keeps an offense on schedule.
Yeah, because 3 to 4 yards, that's all you're looking for right there, right?
That's absolutely perfect, really, as a play call. You get 3 to 4 yards on first down. That's what they talk about us all the time, about being ahead of the chains or on target, ahead of schedule. They were after that run.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Firing quickly.
You ever play,
And hello, he's going to be knocked backward.
Shit. You ever play Mario or Mario Brothers?
At the 21-yard line.
Yeah, like religiously growing up.
It's exactly like what I just said it was. You can swing, but you're in outer space, so you got to stand on these different platforms, and it looks like you can jump. You can hit for jump buttons.
They'll look to throw.
You can run on the side of walls, or you can...
And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's 2nd down.
Huh. It's a racing game with the Destiny player.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Forced out to his left.
I don't know. I mean, it would be entertaining, but I don't think it would keep us
Absolutely,
busy.
just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet.
It's all close to join the PSN party.
He'll look to throw here. Flushed out right. He may try and run for this. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, 1st down.
When they watch film,
There's a South Park, the Stick of Truth game.
He's going to really like getting a double plus on this play.
That shit is
Arm yourself with weapons of legend to defeat underpants, gnomes, hippies, and other forces of evil.
Double plus, big
I
time play.
guarantee fucking Cliff would be down for that game.
Looking left side, he's got it complete. He got 29 yards.
How is he working on it?
And let's face it, that what we just saw there,
I don't know.
not a surprise.
I just
I mean, this is what he does well. If you don't tackle him as soon as he catches the ball, this is the end result.
This doesn't say anything about multiplayer, but it says offline play
in
enabled.
the first quarter, so they better get a wrangle and a hold on that quickly.
Yeah, you're exactly right. What's really difficult to try and defend him is if you want to press him so that you get him on the ground quickly after the catch, a lot of times he'll just run past you at the initial point of contact.
Recruit classic South Park characters to your cause. Intense combat. Arm yourself with magical weapons and mystical armor. Custom South Park with like a billion character and item combinations.
They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him.
Yeah, they killed Kenny.
I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Shut up, Mom.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really well done.
Decent offense.
Do it, fat ass. Well, don't you fucking do it. Well, cause I'm this big, that bitch is the biggest bitch in the whole world. Stupid bitch, that is the bitch, bitch. You rolled up, boys and girls.
Yeah, apparently this defense has had enough. Apparently they're saying, no more. We're making a stand right here, right now. But it is 3rd and 10. They've got to get after him one more time.
And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Matt Ioannidis in there to drop him for a 4-yard loss, and it'll be 4th down. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. And Charles, they get the field goal. Took him a dozen plays, though.
Work with me on this one. You know what I'm about to say, right? Bend but don't break. That's what came into play here for the defense.
Dallas!
12 plays were run at them.
Come
They
here.
gave up 3 points. In a lot of ways, that's a win for the defense.
I love it.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
There's a game called Gravel coming out, but it reminds me of, what was that one game we used to play? Motocross?
We never
Or
played
Motorstorm.
Second down and 4.
I don't think I played Motorstorm with you guys.
Oh, that shit was fun as fuck.
They stay on the ground. This is Marshall again. And he'll get this
Oh, that's a
up
VR
around
game.
the 33.
There's one called Knockout
2
League.
yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to third down.
Oh, I heard about
He
that.
hasn't
I
made
heard
much
that
of an
shit is
impact in the
legit.
running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change.
Well, let
in
me
that
watch
area.
this.
He hasn't been able to get anything going.
Let me watch
and
this
really the offensive
motocross
line
one.
Not helping him much. On third down, it's
Good
Marshall.
night.
A big hit. Knocked down sideways, right at the line of scrimmage. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's fourth down. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And last time they were able to churn some clock. They got the field goal, added onto their lead. But that was a drive that was so long, it should have ended in a touchdown. You know that's how they felt.
And we'll both be headed to the airport after the game, but we probably should go to the post-game press conference because someone's going to ask the head coach about this drive, and he's going to profess that he was happy to get points, and we know that's not true.
Yeah.
Okay, after this type of a drive, not getting a touchdown, a huge disappointment.
Is it time?
Yep.
All right, I'll be right back, Ryan.
To throw.
I gotta get the clothes out of the dryer.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll make this a 2nd and long.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
They'll set up to throw. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A really good pickup of 28 yards. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician, Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Malik McDowell able to drop him for a loss of 4. Gun. They'll look to throw. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
They're going to look to throw. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. It goes for a gain of 10, and it's a first down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to.
And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown.
All the receivers in the league are plenty good enough, otherwise they wouldn't make it in the NFL. But the ones that go to the Pro Bowl, they have refined route running ability.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time, first half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
Now back to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Marshall. And now off to the races down the right side. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 72 yards. They'll try and sneak it here. And no signal, but I don't think he got the surge behind center. No, he's going to be kept out of the end zone. No gain there as he kept it himself at second down. Fullback try and take him home. And he will not only not get the yard he needed, he goes the wrong direction. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that's going to bring up an interesting 3rd and goal. Now they'll run it on the toss. Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home, the next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Well, their offense has struggled for sure, but they get the field goal here and at least get on the board before half.
And that's not something we should underestimate, because just getting points on the board can sometimes have a settling effect on a team, helps them start their comeback.
So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that.
I was just wondering if you were back.
Attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting back
finish your game yet?
Territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Back to throw here. He can't avoid the pressure. Redskins get there. Malik McDowell in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. Two minutes to go here in the first half. We're back to Arlington right after this timeout. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Malik McDowell in there to drop him for his second sack now here tonight.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. The screen does get him 9, but it also brings up a 4th down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
And now we're going to get a timeout called by the Redskin defense.
What do you have?
It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to
Dallas.
halftime.
What you got? 2 cereal.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about
Toe
that.
bashed it.
Super toe.
Looking to throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Well, one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches. This is Marshall. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Possible run anticipation. Here's the D-line sandwiches together. And he's got his man on the out route. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
What about games that aren't even out yet? That are coming out soon?
On first down, he'll drop.
Yeah, I only saw a couple that collected my eye, but even then,
looking right
probably
sideline,
iffy.
but it's incomplete. Big O.J. Howard, his intended target. And it's second down.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game,
Iffy
these
like
are the
Iffy?
kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. You got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. And before they can run this 3rd down play, we're going to get a timeout, as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. The Redskins on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. They'll drop to throw. He sets to fire deep. That's caught inside the 20. And a big 32-yard play on 3rd.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
What? Yeah.
So out now come the Redskins.
Today's the first day
They have the ball here for the
actually
inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is
I got it on Sunday.
This is a really
started feeling pretty shitty.
And we often talk about
Monday,
scripting plays to start a game.
I laid in fucking bed.
The second half too, and they're scripting.
Into heavy
Tuesday,
traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the fourth quarter, widening that margin a bit further. And now it's blocked.
Tuesday or Wednesday, I woke up and my arms were shivering and my chest was
following that pick
freezing.
Six, and now the kick is away.
And so I was like, what the
That's
fuck?
fielded
Did
in
my
the end zone.
thermostat go off overnight? Because I didn't feel sick or
And a
anything.
loose football.
And
So a teammate
I got
picking
up,
him up
checked the
there, that was
thermostat,
nearly disaster.
71 degrees.
And the way that you coach
So I got
these
Dallas
things,
ready for school, and
you
like,
wanna
while
make
I
sure
was
you
getting
have
him
eyes
ready for
towards the
school, I
return
was sitting in
guy,
front of my fireplace,
because you
which
want
was
to make
hot
sure
as
that the
fuck.
catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch.
I went to work.
He's not always the one that makes the
And
recovery.
got there, and that's
but
when
he
my
can always
face
sound
started
out the
burning.
alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground.
I
We
took
gotta
my
get it
temperature, and
back.
my temperature
And he
was
is
like
swallowed up
102
right
fucking
at the
degrees.
line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the
And
play, and it'll be
so
second
my
down.
boss sent me home, and I ended up sleeping like 22 out of 24
He'll look to throw.
I know, right?
This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. So it goes as a
But
fumble,
the
but
next
the
day,
key thing,
I felt fine.
not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but if the other team doesn't get it, that's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
Now he's forced it, and time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He's trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
This is fielded at the 27.
Certainly feels like that kind of game, doesn't it? No matter what they do, it's going to work. That might be the absolute crusher right there. A punt return for a touchdown.
Feels like there's been a lot of crushers in this game. This lead just gets bigger. And oh, it's blocked. So after the punt return touchdown, let's see what their opponents can do with this kickoff. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Now
3 yards remaining here on 2nd down.
Yeah, the shadow of death.
Shift together here from the D-line.
Whatever little kid YouTube video.
That's complete to John Ross.
It's not doing any voice. It's not playing any of the
I do have to admit,
words
I like
of the
it
songs.
when it all comes together.
But it's doing the
catching the football, right?
sounds
Whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs. In this case, the feet. Did a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man. And you got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make the play on the football.
And I can live there or just vacation there?
And he's going to be stopped up at about the 40
just vacation?
I'll ask both.
1 yard, the
One
official
vacation,
pick up
one
there, so it's going to set up 3rd and 9.
Well, to live, I'd probably go to Seattle. To vacation? Probably. I think probably Alaska.
It's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up,
these
somebody's
damn
there
cold weather
defensively. That was
states?
the same case on that play.
You got to understand that Alaska is not that fucking cold. what you see is Alaska has 3/4 of Alaska is mountainous, so it's like pretty cold up in the mountains, you know, and stuff like that. And it gets rough because it is a higher elevation up there. But Juneau, Alaska, Fairbanks, all that stuff, they get some pretty mild temperatures, man. In the summertime, it gets about 78 degrees, 80 degrees.
Yeah, see,
But it's beautiful, dude. No, it's beautiful. I mean, like, that temperature, like, it's 34 degrees in Alaska right now, in the capital. It's colder here than it is up there. But up in their mountains, this shit is brutal, dude.
To clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
He's got some space.
See, I'm the exact opposite. If I could live anywhere,
And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the
if I
11.
could vacation anywhere right now, I would go to
built around the
Warble.
guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense.
And if I could
and they
live
can add up
anywhere,
as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the
it'd
ball.
probably be the
and
south
that way
side
you
of
often
Florida.
control the game.
South side of Florida.
Steps away to his
Fuck
left.
that.
When the water turns green.
There ain't no fucking way you're gonna get me to live down there in the Keys, baby.
Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down.
Fuck that.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it
Hot
away
as shit
like
down
that,
there all the time.
frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket.
And it rains a lot.
Once he had
Cold,
nothing,
man.
just chucked
Hate
it free.
cold.
Live to fight another down, right?
He's going to
Cold
pull
ain't that big
to
a
the
deal,
flat.
bro.
It's complete. And he'll get it here
We
to
are
the
2
10-yard
birds
line.
from a different
Call it a
fucking
1-yard gain on the play.
stone,
And it'll
bro.
be 4th down.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands.
Ain't no cold. I'll tell you what, I lived in Austria, in Germany, for a while. Austria is a beautiful fucking place, dude. That shit is beautiful.
I heard it is.
It's absolutely gorgeous. You would die in Austria, man, because you can walk from town to town. Each of them make their own damn beer, and they have their own food, and things are common, but they have all kinds of places, and every beer tastes a little bit different, not much, but it's pretty interesting over there. People are nice, man. They just invite you in to dinner. You should be walking down the road. Oh, come in. Sit. They like to sit around and socialize. Dinner takes like 2.5 hours of talking.
Keith Marshall,
it's really cool. They like to socialize, but
are able to cut into that deficit. And that'll cut the lead down to 26.
I don't think I have enough to do this.
I just want to go to a
Now to kick
tropical
this one
island.
away.
No, man. After a while, you would get sick of that.
That's fielded
I'm
in
not
the
talking
end
about the
zone.
move.
And no run back here. This will be a touchback.
Well,
and it comes
Hawaii
out to
might
the
be nice to
25-yard
vacation
line.
on, but it's
So
so
what do you-
damn expensive. I think I would worry about money all the time.
Look, that yes, that I see.
Here on 1st down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
But
And he'll go
when
out
it
of
comes
bounds
to
across
like
the 35-yard line. That one
straight
goes for 13
vacation?
yards, and it moves the sticks.
if money was not an issue, I could easily live in Hawaii.
Defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone.
And it would not
or-
bother me
Better
one bit.
against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
In time for you to go to bed, Sam?
They'll run it now out of the gun. And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47.
Haven't met a defensive coordinator yet that thinks 2nd and 2 is a
Are you
fun
guys still
situation
at
to
$1
try
or
and
did you
defend.
get another
Playbook
one?
is wide open for an offense, partner.
Nice
No,
job
we're-
holding to 1 after that 8-yard pickup on 1st down. Escaping the pressure right. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the
after I put
36.
Moose down in September,
17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a first down.
I know Moose with most of his left.
That was fucking shit, though. We took him out to the
And a
water
short
park,
gain down
and
to
he had
about the
8
33.
flags.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
I had to put him on the slide and stuff like
Focused
that.
end of the half and into the game
He
situations
get
about
off
how much
or on it.
time's on the board and what you
Back
need to
legs
do.
weren't working.
Sometimes you're
All
not
the dogs
worried
were
about
nice,
that.
man.
That's just smart football. That kind of a lead, staying in bounds.
Then I stopped by and bought him a cheeseburger at
We're not really
McDonald's just
focused
to
on it.
So he loses 3
and then we went
yards
to
there.
Starbucks and got him
Now
a
third down.
puppuccino.
The Cowboys on third down.
And he drank
They've
that.
been very good.
Yep,
5 for
it's called
7 thus far.
puppuccino.
This is 3rd and 11.
Oh, love it.
And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, third quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
So it goes down as an 8-play drive, and they cap it with the field goal.
Yeah, they were able to pick up a few first downs along the way, but they couldn't keep the momentum going all the way into the end zone.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field. I
So
guess
what
they have to feel a
islands
little
have you been
gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt
Sardinia.
about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency.
You won't know
maybe
what that
pump
is.
up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Excuse me.
And this one goes nowhere.
Italy is in the
Losing
shape of a
yardage
boot.
back at the 22.
Yeah.
The loss of a full
Sardinia
3
is like the
yards,
little
and now
island
it's
right off
second
the
down.
the
Second
toe.
down, offense behind
I
the
was
sticks
listening.
here. Second and 13.
Yeah, I know where Sardinia is. I've heard of it.
The most beautiful sunset in the world, man. Overlooking the Mediterranean Sea.
See, you keep telling me stuff like that, but you
There's
realize I
Marshall.
am like, obsessed with it.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It's a 7-yard pickup.
Oh, it's hot there too, but man, you don't want to live there. You don't. I don't even think you want a vacation. It's like treat it like a third world country. There's poverty. In fact, kids, all they got is like one damn soccer ball, and that's all they do is play soccer and shit. And they have pasta, for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and bread.
The amount of sacks
I mean, don't get me wrong.
This game is
It
absolutely
was
extraordinary.
cool,
Let's
but
just face it. This offensive line
it really is
flat
kind of
out
sad.
cannot handle this
See all
pass
the
rush. It's
round
been
house,
demonstrated
shit
time and
like
time
that.
again.
I got a panda head. Don't tell me this is an ant.
And a big tackle there as the defender runs right through it. Right there around the 35-yard line. The offense for the Cowboys now working their way back onto the field. And this game comfortably in hand.
The
The
Panda's
scoreboard
an
speaks
ant
for
man.
itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in
Caught
the
him in the
NFL,
blitz.
Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Here we go now. 3-19. As they run the counter play. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Got some new rims for my dope ride,
We
baby.
might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
What are you
I think we'll see
playing?
a lot of it, and the difference between
Rocket
that
League,
and a
you
pass
said
blitz,
you're
pass
Rocket
blitz, you're trying to get to the
Well,
quarterback. You're trying
I'm
to
gonna do
scheme
something.
someone open.
But I just
get
went through
to
my
the QB
inventory and cleaned it
make
all
sure
up.
he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Call it no gain there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 13.
I have so many of those chests that they're like,
Cowboys on
spend
3rd
money,
down.
and I'm like,
They've
no.
had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
Die a fiery death. It's not expensive shit.
Man over the middle, and it's complete. And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. And they're able to convert on third with a solid gain of 23. They'll run it now out of the gun. Space to run past the 20. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
And an alley to run. And he'll take it down to the 30-yard line. 9 big yards on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
I know you're trying to wring every yard out of a run, but I think 9 yards there is ideal in this situation.
Yeah, now next couple plays, you only need 1 yard. Keep that clock rolling with a lead here in the fourth.
Yeah, what you're saying is maybe if it takes you 1 or 2 more runs to get the first down, that's extra time, extra plays. Really hurts the team on defense.
The Cowboys on third down. 6 conversions and 9 tries. They've done a great job of picking these up. This time it's 3rd and 3. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on third down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, third down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but yeah, from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long. This offense 2 for 2 on third downs on this drive. They're in for a tough test here, though. 3rd and long. Going to throw right side here, complete. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. And his kick is good. And that will just add 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand. So it's 3 more points, and that widens things out even further here in the fourth.
Hey, in this league, you can never have too much. So if you're in range, grab the 3 whenever you can.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Well, just something to build off of. He's got the lane, and there he goes. Touchdown, Washington. Keith Marshall, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Redskins are able to close the gap just a bit. And the lead is down to 24. Lutz now to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Cowboys offense heading back out and ready to go again. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Now a handoff looking right. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That good for 22 and a first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. Now a handoff as they run left side. And he'll take this one down to the 36. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's third down.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground.
Let's go!
Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes. So they'll turn to the kicker again. He's been a busy man thus far. This officially a 55-yard attempt. He has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. So he splits the uprights there, and I would imagine it's nice as a kicker. Right when it leaves your foot, you know it's good.
Yeah, it's kind of like a golfer that picks up his tee after a nice drive without even watching it land.
Solid analogy. I like it. But look at Washington as they come onto the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39. Hot.
And they will take a knee here.
Just messaged me going, "Get an Xbox."
Oh, man, come on. I started lagging.